Hi there Poke fans, I'm your humble host Joseph fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. As you see, we are now faced with this karate black belt over here. Or Black Belt Gregory is his name. He sends out a Monotype. Technically Monotype can defeat Nosepass if he uses a fighting type attack. So I think I'm going to switch out to Scyther just to be safe. Because Scyther has a resistance to fighting type attacks, and he can actually attack him with both he only has a flying type attack, but he could theoretically attack him with a bug type attack if I had one. Okay, that went quite well. Okay, let's see who's next. Okay, Prinplup goes to level 24. Wants to learn Swagger. I don't want to learn Swagger. That is, in my opinion, a fairly stupid move, which can backfire severely. Okay, Machop is also defeated in a single attack. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I'm so much more over-leveled than they are. Okay, yes, he's 21, I'm 24. And the fact that I'm using a super effective move makes it that there is no way for any of these fighting types to survive, especially since they are first generation evolution forms. In other words, they haven't evolved yet, they are still baby Pokemon. Just thought I'd specify. Okay, got our first plate. Okay, how do I get up to that ledge over there? Okay, this is probably the way to do it. Could I have gotten over here without actually going through that karate guy over there? Okay, so what is in this direction? Ah, damn, I didn't see that karate kid hiding over there. What's his name? Black Belt Nathaniel. Yes, Nathaniel. Krogunk is still a fighting type over here. He's not yet a poison type. Let's see if I remember that fact while I'm facing him. Yes, I do remember that fact. But in case he has a poison type attack, I'm switching to Prinplup instead of Scyther. Prinplup is a little bit more immune to poison type attacks than Scyther would be. But just a little bit. Ah, damn, it got me confused. Let's just switch out to Scyther then. Get rid of that confusion. Because that is bloody irritating. He uses a mud slap and it doesn't even hit me. That's awesome. And my wing attack is probably, and it does hit first. I mean, Scyther is really fast. It's a pity he loses a lot of that speed when he evolves. Okay, he's going for Monotype now. I may as well just stay over here. But I'm switching to Prinplup anyway. And I do have my Pluck attack. He goes for Calm Mind. That does raise his special attack, I suppose. Yes, special attack is risen, and special defense. So I'll just have to go for a physical attack like this Pluck. And it does take him out. Granted, he was on level 23. So that is quite effective for me. Still lower than I was. And my Chop is on level 22. This Pluck should take him out, and it doesn't. That is quite surprising. He goes for a low sweep, which is going to be devastating. Luckily it doesn't take me out, but it does lower my speed. Somehow I still outspeed my Chop. Take him out with a second Pluck. and that critical hit didn't actually matter. I don't know why I got that critical hit. I should have gotten it in the first attack. That would have taken him out completely, but I would not have known that that Machop could survive a standard attack. Let's put it that way. I could have gone through that grass over here and skipped that guy. Let's see what this item is. It's Shockwave. That is a pretty useless attack to have. Ah, I didn't even know that person was around. Okay, there's nothing in this gap over here. Generally speaking, there tends to be items in those gaps in the grass. Okay, this is... ah, damn it. I did not want to fight this person, but my timing was out with my getting past. I should have gone much sooner. At least this time I don't have to switch out nose pass because I do have the type advantage. Now the question is, what attack am I going to use? My special attack, since my physical attack is dropped? Or am I still going to go for my physical attack since I still have stab? I have decided to go with my physical attack. Rock Slide doesn't take out Staravia just quite yet. I wonder if Spark will actually work, but I'm going for another Rock Slide. Staravia has been defeated. Let's see how much experience that gives my nose pass. It gives him quite a bit, he's just gone a little bit past halfway. So about 2 more battles like that and he should be on the next level. I'm not saying that I want to do those battles, but that's basically how it's going to go. Okay, there's a full heal over there. That's going to be quite useful. Now, okay, there's 2 people over here. I didn't notice that the first time, but I have now got myself into a 2-on-1 battle. Now that's a pretty lady. Okay, Infernape and what's the cat's name? Anyway, whatever happens, I have to take out that Monferno as quickly as possible. Is wing attack going to be sufficient? I mean, is Monferno a fighting type yet? Okay, double hit takes out the Glamau. That was the bloody thing's name. Okay, Scyther grows to level 25. He goes for a Flame Wheel. Okay, of course he attacks Scyther. Rock Slide hardly does any damage to Monferno. Kadabra comes out next. That is actually quite problematic. Okay, let's go for a wing attack against that Monferno. That does take him out. For a second there, I was a bit worried. That does mean that this Rock Slide is now going to eat the Kadabra. Okay, what shall I forget for Power Gem? If I forget the Rock Slide, is it still going to do Rock Slide? Okay, let's just forget the rest. It's not that useful of an attack. It does give me 3 rock type attacks. But I hope that that is not going to be a problem. Okay, Kadabra is taken out by Nose Pass. Okay, Gyarados is next. That is a problem. Now, he will also be taken out by a rock type attack. Now the question is, which rock type attack am I going to use? Spark is also a fairly useful attack over there. Okay, let's try a double hit and see if that actually does sufficient amount of damage. Okay, it does get him into the yellow. Okay, he goes for a waterfall, of course, and that does take out Nose Pass in a single attack. Okay, Matanga I think is the one to use over here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, all I have is confusion, so that is bad. Let's go for another double hit. That at least should take him that does take him out. That must have been a critical hit. I was not expecting him to take him out. Okay, Matang grows to level 25. Nose Pass doesn't get any experience at all whatsoever because it fainted. Damn, that's a pretty girl. But I can't do my deal with her brother right there. He's probably going to smack me beside the head if I do that with him present. Okay, Revival Herb, that's going to be useful. It's a pity I have so few Revival Herbs. Just healed up my team a bit, and now watch me run into the Pokemon Center right over here, which is going to be quite irritating because I then wasted a Revival Herb and some potions, and yes, that is the case. Granted, I am in the same town, I think, where I can buy some more Revival Herbs. Question is, am I going to do that? Let's just have a look around and see if there is anything interesting to be seen. Okay, what's this? Style shop. Nah, I'm not interested in the style shop. What's this? Shop storage. Style shop storage. Okay. Does that mean I can rob the style shop? Okay, there's the Pokemon Center. And yes, I wasted 2 potions and a Revival Herb, since I didn't encounter any Pokemon in the meantime. That is very disappointing. Okay, let's have a look around. At some point, I have to get through here. Okay, there's an item over there. Let's see what that is. That's a PP up. Might come in handy later on. Okay, there's nothing on this side, in case anyone was wondering. Let's see what's in the building. Okay, these are Team Galactic runs, but they are not going to fight me just yet. Okay, so that's the middle door. What's in this door? That is the exit portal. And there are some items over there I might want to collect. Now let's see if I can figure out how to get into that building. I probably have to go back here to this storage area. Okay, there you can use a rock climb to get up to that item over there. Okay, so this is what the shop looks like in the inside. I'm not going to buy anything, but I think I should have bought some shirts or whatever. Maybe I just didn't like what they were offering. Okay. I'm probably... it's bloody expensive. No wonder I didn't buy anything. I mean, 50,000, 120,000. And I only have 39,000 in my bank. I don't think I'm gonna buy anything, not with those prices. Okay, so that was a bit of a hiccup over there. The emulator gets stuck sometimes, as you can see. Okay, so this is the clown's house. They didn't really have anything interesting to offer. I've only now noticed that there's a little thing at the bottom that wasn't supposed to be there. Hopefully I'll manage to edit that out. There's probably going to be a bar across that when you see it, because the bottom of the screen was supposed to be edited out a long time ago. Okay, so Dawn is finally going to take me to... Okay, she's not taking me anywhere. She just told me where I have to go, and I have to go there myself. So this is a little bit less handholdy than the previous or some of the other games are. And I can do this gym first if I want to, or I can go and help Dawn. I am probably going to do this gym first. Okay, the Matang is probably going to be the main Pokemon I use over here because of his psychic or his confusion attack. And then Scyther and Prinplup is my backup plan. Let's see if I want to do this fight just yet. I might just fight this one guy and decide to do the Dawn thing first to level up a bit. It all depends on what this is over here. He's 26, I'm 25. Let's see how much damage Confusion does. At least I do manage to attack first, and that hardly does any damage at all. He goes for a Rock Tomb. That shouldn't do much, and it doesn't. Another Confusion should take him to below half, at least. It almost took him out. If that was a critical hit, I would have won that battle. Let's just go for another Confusion in case he does a potion. He shouldn't, and he didn't, but that's a good rule to follow. All of these guys tend to, not all of them, but some of them tend to use healing items. Okay, this is going to be a bit tricky because Monotype has a little bit of immunity because of the fact that he's also a psychic type Pokemon, and he paralyzes my Matang. That is quite irritating. How is all my moves effective against Monotype? Okay, he goes for a Rock Slide. And I flinch. Come on, bloody hell. Stop bloody flinching. Ooh, that is a bad hit. And now I can't even move. So it's time to switch to someone else. And luckily he doesn't use an attack that attacks me just as I'm switching out. Like Pursuit. That would have been bad. Force Palm. Is that going to paralyze Scyther? No, it's not. So Wing Attack should take him out. And it does. Quite effectively. Let's see what happens. Okay, Matang grows to level 26 as I wanted him to do. And he wants to learn Takedown only now. Or he learned Takedown. He should have known Takedown from the start. So I'm going to go back, heal up a bit. Okay, I did heal up a bit, and so we're going on from here. challenging the next fighting bro in this gym. Now the idea is to get Matang as high as I possibly can so that he can learn some more and more effective moves. Granted, he just learned a takedown, but against the fighting gym that is not the best. That confusion brought Machoke to about half. So this should take him out. It leaves him with 1. Matang's clear body prevents a stat reduction. And this Metal Claw should take out Machoke, and it does. But why does all of these show super effective? It shouldn't. Because a fighting type Pokemon should be strong against steel type Pokemon. All of them show effective, and confusion shows super effective. That almost took out this Machop, and it also confused him, so if he hits himself, he's probably going to go out. But he doesn't hit himself, he lands a low kick. One of my other attacks probably would have taken him out, but I decided to go with confusion. Now the question is, am I going to stay with Matang being so damaged? Because any attack from Machoke is probably going to take out my Matang. Well, any damage dealing move. Okay, that doesn't even get him halfway. He goes for a Vital Throw. Why didn't that take out my Matang? Let's see how much this does. It leaves him at approximately 5 HP. He goes for a low kick, and that finally does take out Matang. Okay, let's swap in Prinplop. He should take out this Machoke very easily with a Pluck. And I have the advantage of attacking first. There we go. We've defeated Black Belt Darren. Now we're going to go out again and heal up again and probably come back. And we're back. Let's take on this guy on this side. And then I have to figure out how to do this puzzle, because it looks like to be a fairly complicated puzzle. He only has 1 Pokemon, and it's a Meditite. I wonder how much damage Confusion is going to do. And is it maybe better to use a takedown against this Meditite? All of my attacks are just effective. So let's switch out to someone who has a super effective attack. Pluck should be super effective against Meditite. He goes for a Mind Reader. That means his next attack cannot miss. It did say super effective on that Pluck. That didn't actually take him out. I was hoping it would. He goes for Force Palm and gets a critical hit and gets a bloody paralysis. That's a very good run of events for him. And I can't move because I'm fully paralyzed. Come on. Which means I have to switch out again. And now the question is, who am I going to use? Not who, what attack am I going to use? It's probably going to be Confusion, just because of the habit. Low kick almost takes out Matang. let's go for confusion. And that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day as I survive a force bomb. Please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like and sharing it with your friends. Thank you and goodbye.